So previously, we've established that of all the official narratives from the airline, the Indian, the U.S. government, and the manufacturer. There actually has been no narrative. They said nothing, and also the mandatory by law preliminary report from the Indian government. They only have a very inconcise dissemination of a report. So, my view is that there is no credibility based on that, and also there has been a lot of pilots with a lot of experience, with well-intentioned, have speculated a lot of different things, but technically it is in error because those are not piloting. Well, not actually, most of it is not piloting issues. They are physics and engineering issues. In the beginning, there are people whose pilots who have speculated that flaps were not used, and then there has been speculation of fuel contaminations and a lot of different things. Anyway, now 30 days has well passed, and the Indian government have released some information that is not concise or questionable. In any case, they blame the pilot. However, it remains that both the American FAA and the British FAA has been reported to have official service advisories and probably airworthiness in the directives concerning the computers, microchips, and the fuel control switches. And with all the things that in this airplane, it's not possible for everything to be, well, it's not possible, but it's highly unlikely in the operational environment at the dispatch rate that everything is working as per design when the airplane is completely new. In fact, there has been a lot of reports that airplanes were not actually put together well, anyway. So fast forward that basically there are only two scenarios that can cause all of the engines, in this case two, to fail at the same time. One is fuel starvation, and the other one is electrical starvation. One can cause the other to happen. Some pilots have now put a detailed analysis to show that they have concluded, or at least derived, that the ram air turbine, the emergency electrical generator, has popped out before the fuel starvation. So it's the electrical first. And of all the likelihood, electrical, physical fuel, and pilot input, which is the most likely, which is the most remote. The astronomically remote case would be the pilot suicide, because they are, not only that is unlikely, but also if he wants to do that at that height, there are easier and more sure way to do that. Secondly, is that as you know, driving the car these days, full of computers. The computers, the electrical, are the most, not likely, they are common problems. And these airplanes being so sophisticated, they're no different, especially working in such extreme environments, hot, cold, humid, inside an airplane gets very hard. And also software. These airplanes, the 787 is a brand new type of airplane. It's not like they have decades and decades of experience. Anyway, so the latest is that it seems to explain well that because there's no official satisfactory explanation, so a lot of people are kept on speculating. But as far as I can see, logically speaking, based on, if you like, facts or reasoning, is that it's either the pilot, the fuel, electronic or electrical. Of all of them, by far, the electrical would be the ones to blame. And either electrical, electronics, or fuel starvation, either lack of electricity either electricity starvation or fuel starvation would cause all of the engines to fail. And electrical starvation can cause fuel starvation because there's no computer to control and operate the pump. If the fuel starvation stops the engines will not be running the generator to generate electricity. It's one cause the other. And the pilot suicide, I think, is astronomically remote. So here's this is the short clip of what summary of what I think is the latest. Thanks for watching.